Want to create a beautiful Easter decoration without spending a fortune? This DIY terrarium-inspired decor is extra special. Quick, easy, cute, and won't crack your budget. Hey artist, I'm Liv. Welcome back to my channel. This Easter, I made an adorable mini Easter Wonderland in a jar. It was easy, budget-friendly, and I got everything from a discount store for only $30 AUD. Before I started building everything inside the jar, I did a quick sketch to plan out where I wanted each element to go. Then I wiped down the outside of the jar with a disinfectant wipe just to clean off any dust or fingerprints and make sure the surface was nice and clear. After that, I poured in a layer of white stones as the base. I tried fitting my hand into the jar, and yeah, that was not happening, so I grabbed some chopsticks to help place everything instead. Next, I started layering in the spring grass. It was a little tricky to get it to sit flat, so I added a few stones on top to weigh it down. I repeated that a couple of times, grass, a few stones, mix it around until it looked how I wanted. It was kind of like fluffing a tiny little Easter lawn. Once I had the grass how I wanted it, I sprinkled in a bit of fake moss across the top. It added extra texture and depth. I loved how the dark green contrasted with the light spring grass. Now it's time for the decorating. I grabbed my handy chopsticks and started placing some speckled eggs right into the grass. I tucked them in so they were just barely peeking through, like they were playing hide and seek and losing. I made sure to place them from all sides, so no matter how you turn the jar, you'd catch a glimpse of the eggs. Once the first layer was in, I added a bit more spring grass on top and gently mixed everything together. It's time for the star of the craft, this little pink bunny. Her name is Flopsy. I used fabric glue to attach her to a mini nest and glue to the bottom of the nest, then placed it right in the center of the jar. To tie it all together, I sprinkled some more fake moss over the nest to blend it in with the rest of the scene. Next, I added a moss rock at the back for texture and dimension. It helped make everything feel like a tiny little world. I placed mini carrots up against the rock and mushrooms in and around the nest to add some extra Easter charm. Finally, I tucked in 2 more speckled eggs to balance everything out. I played around with the placement until I was happy with how it looked. I'm just adding a little bit of extra moss around the bunny. I added some extra flair to Flopsy using a bit of pink moss left over from a dollhouse kit to give her a soft, textured look because even bunnies deserve good hair days. I had a little fake plant left over from the same kit, so I popped that in too. It wasn't part of the main DIY, but it added a nice pop of color. To finish off this adorable Easter Wonderland, I wrapped some Easter ribbon around the outside of the jar. I picked it because it had the cutest little Easter bunnies on it, and of course it was pink, one of my favorite colors along with purple. It was such a simple touch, but it really tied everything together. The Easter egg picks ended up being too big to fit inside the jar, so I got creative and I ripped the stick out of the egg and glued it onto the cork lid using some E6000 glue. Then I took some fabric glue and sprinkled some moss around the egg to match the egg's fuzzy texture. This actually turned out looking super cute and worked perfectly as a little topper. Here's how my Terrarium-Inspired Easter Wonderland turned out. I placed it on my dining table next to my cat statue, but it's the kind of cute decor you could put anywhere. The whole craft took about an hour, and the chopsticks made it super easy to fit everything snugly inside. The moss really added the perfect finishing touch. What I love most about this DIY is how affordable and totally customizable it was, and every part of it can be adjusted to suit your personal style and preferences. If you love Easter DIYs like I do, make sure to check out my holiday playlist, linked in the info card or in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you got some fun inspiration from this. Be sure to check out my other DIYs, and as always, stay creative.